Hey guys, I saw a couple people out on chat, Dorothy and Pamela. I figured I'd just jump on a couple minutes early. I think I might run over tonight anyway with trying to get this finished, so I was hoping to make it all in one broadcast, but with drying time I'm not sure I will. But anyway, I am here today to bring you a project for hashtag Think Pink Art. This is the creative art collaboration hashtag for the month of October, in honor of breast cancer, obviously, with the Think Pink theme. But they've broadened it to any cancer or whatever that means to you. Hey Heidi, hey Joan. This is the hashtag. Follow this on YouTube and you'll get hundreds of new videos and content, meet new artists that you can follow and keep up with. So this is going to be my contribution. I came down a little bit early today and put a coat of gesso on this canvas. And you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. Hold on to your lunch. I'm going to raise this up because this is kind of a big canvas. Let's see where we are. Hang on. I should have done this before, but I forgot. I had too much stuff to do. Just got home from work. Oop. Wrong way. Sorry. So sorry. Right, am I there? Jeez, sorry about that, guys. And I'm still not all in frame, am I? Seems like it's cockeyed. It is cockeyed. Hang on. What is going on there? Alright. I want to leave it still before I have anybody else hurling their lunch. Hey, Linda. I'm going to get right to it and start slapping stuff on here because I'm going to have some drying time issues, I think. And this isn't the way I go about making the canvas that I have in mind right off the bat, but this is what I'm going to do, kind of backwards. I'm going to go with some different mediums. This one is block lava. It's black particles suspended in a medium that dries clear. So my vision is a breast cancer angel. Let me give you an idea of what I'm going for here. I painted a couple of these last year from my oncologist and my breast surgeon, and they have them hanging in their offices. But I made something along these lines, if you can see that. Kind of a la Jody Ohl. If you guys don't know Jody Ohl, you gotta follow her. OHL. She's awesome. I put a little bit more of my twist on it. I'm kind of using her angel silhouette. Where hers are more painted backgrounds. I just did, I wanted kind of an angel, and on the, you probably can't read the angel's dress, but I wrote on there, keep calm and weather the storm. And I kind of wanted it a stormy background, and I just thought about it being on a coast, and the angel standing up on some rocks, and I thought, yeah, I'd use this black lava to kind of make the rocks. I'm gonna get a coat on here, and then I'll figure out how I want to place it. Let's try just smearing a layer, and then I'll come back and build it up a little bit. Hey Jen, thanks for joining. Alright, now I'm going to come back with a little bit more thickness, and this is going to take a while to dry, but it can't be avoided. So we'll just do the best we can. And now I just want to come in and build a little texture in there. Put a little bit of some sweeping motions, so it looks like rocks, boulders along the coast. They can stay down if they want to, hon.
I'll go and close the door.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, CB. Hey, Denise. So I'm just going to make some little roughness on here with the palette knife. Some of that's a little too thick though. We'll be here till Tuesday trying to get that to dry. I debated whether this is the way I should go, but I wanted to do another one of these, and I thought this was been a good time to do it. Alright, I'm going to stop there. Let's see where that gets me. So this looks gray, but it will dry down black. And I got some texture in there, right? And then I also wanted to put where's my molding paste? There it is. Some molding place. No, it's actually called Black Lava, Jen. It's gray because the medium in it right now is wet, of course, but it'll dry down so that's black. I don't know if you can tell that picture, but that's what I used in the bottom of that picture. It dries pretty dark. Alright, now let me try to eyeball what else I want to do here. I'm going to come down one of these sides. Thanks, Linda. Brand new molding paste. My other one was kind of scunged up pretty good. Hey, Kia. And it was actually, now that I see this pure white, mine was a little bit gray when I opened the jar. I'm not sure how that happened, but whatever. I am onto a new bottle. And I'm just doing something for texture in here. So I'm just going to run some down the side here. Kind of going for a smoother coat. No particular shape. Just kind of an organic rolling little bit. And I don't want this too thick either because of drying time. But it needs to be thick enough to work. Gotta find that sweet spot. Hey, Lynn. Likewise. Hey, Pamela. Oh, Christmas cards. Oh, you're using that Craft Artist 2 software. Cool. Alright, now I want to take a tool that I have hidden from myself. I'm just going to use this one. One of these rubber tipped color shapers, they're called. But I'm going to use it to try to remove some molding paste and make a design in this little strip just for some interest off to the side here. And I'm going to go in the wider parts and try to pull off a spiral. I'm going to take some paper towel. And see if I can come in here. kind of spiral my way out, and then I'm going to go back and try to get those little grooves cleared of molding paste so it's more 3D. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oops, stuck my hand in the block of lava. It's going to happen about 14 times tonight. Let's do another one down here. Let's go the other way. No, it's the same way. Not watching the chat right now, guys. So while I'm doing this, if you guys have a question, just stick it in all caps for me, and I'll do my best. I'll put a little one over here. Try to make this one go the other way. And I just want some kind of tribal marks out here, and I'm going to come back with this and put some inks on here, and I want the inks to settle in these holes and then wipe them back so there's some contrast. That's my plan anyway. Seems to work out on paper, but not always in practice. Alright, so now I'm just going to do, I don't know, what am I going to do? Something else. Let me just make some lines. Maybe some squiggles. It's kind of like a sign for water usually, and different hieroglyphics and stuff. And this is going to be on the foot of the ocean, edge of the ocean, I think. Let's make a sun shape or something. No rhyme or reason to this, what I'm doing. You guys probably can't even see this, can you? White on white. See if I can show you some of the texture that I'm putting in there. My camera's pixelated again. I don't know what is up with this thing, but I can't see what I'm showing you. I know I'm holding the canvas up there, but I can't see exactly what you guys are seeing because it's so pixelated. It is not user-friendly on me here. Try to clear out some little circles in there. All right. Okay, good enough. Just want a little bit of texture in there. So, hopefully, if you can see that. Oh, you can see it clearly? See? Oh, great, CB. Thanks. Alright, so that's what I've done over there. And over here, in this corner, I want to use some glass bead gel. And I'm going to put a little It's kind of going to be a storm cloud up here in the corner. I can't remember when I did this before, if I did this over paint or just over the canvas and then painted the glass gel. So this will be a little experiment. And I'm just going to have this stuff kind of framing in. My angel. Didn't finish my sentence. That's what happens when I think too hard. This stuff's kind of cool. It's got, as you would imagine, glass beads. Glass beads in a medium. And then it dries and you're left with a little tiny glass beads suspended in there. I've seen on Facebook a lot of people start, well not a lot, but several people have posted that they've received their stencils already, and some have dirtied them up, which I love to hear. Hey Susie, hey Sandra, hey Goof. I use Black Lava medium. It's a Liquitex product. Hang on, I got a little booger. It's a Liquitex product that's got these black hard particles suspended in medium, and it just gives a texture effect. But I wanted to go for some sort of rocks along the seashore looking kind of thing. So I'm going to just hit this with a heat gun for a little while, not to dry it. I'd be here all night. But I just want to try to get a skim on the top of it that's kind of dry so I can start to work around it with paint and not screw up my works all right off the bat. So heat gun. Oh, CB, you got to get them dirty, girl. I know I'm going to drag my arm through this black gel. Look away, Robin, look away. I think this is 16 by 20. I wanted a more narrow one, like 12 by 18 or something like that. I did my last ones on because the subject is going to be tall and skinny, and I wanted it to try to be like to fit the angel, but they didn't have any. Hey, Helena or Helena, Nancy, Ella. This molding paste will dry faster than the rest. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching what was a live broadcast, and it was recorded, and you're watching the recording, obviously. So if you would like, you have the ability to drag forward and skip through this drying process. So it's not so long and painful for you guys to watch. My heat gun arm's going to get tired on this one. I need to find a way to suspend it so I can work around it. I need a hands-free heat gun. Maybe duct tape it to my head or something. That seems reasonable. Yes, CB. And here's the hashtag, guys. It's this month's hashtag. ThinkPinkArt. Try refreshing, what is that? Fourth a day? Try hitting your refresh button. See if that brings anything back for you. You might have to go back out and come in. I'm thinking I probably should have put this black gel on last, but I needed to know exactly how it was going to lay. Susie, the hashtag, there's a group of YouTube content providers, art content providers that have gotten together on Facebook, and the group is called CAC, Creative Art Collaborative. I should know that. Anyway, every month they come up with a hashtag, and everybody in the group agrees to put up at least one video for whatever that hashtag represents, which this month the intention was for pink breast cancer, whatever. And so if you go into YouTube and you put that hashtag up in the search box, you'll get all the videos. There's well over 300 artists in there now. So you'll find artists that you never even knew existed. I do, and I watch YouTube all the time. Creative Arts Collaboration. Thank you, Sandra. Woo. So the first one we did was hashtag Love Summer Art, and then we did, was it Love Fall Art? And now we're doing ThinkPinkArt. So you can put those hashtags in and find tons of new videos and discover new artists. It's pretty cool, actually. This isn't a hair dryer. This is a heavy-duty heat gun you can blast paint off with. All right. I'm tired of doing that, so let's move on. Hey, I'm Eric. Does your hair dryer work? It will. It's just going to take longer. These heat guns get really hot. I mean, this one's especially hot. The craft heat guns get hot enough to emboss and melt the embossing powders, right? You can start to see down the bottom where it was thin, some of the glass particles starting to show. I don't know about that white on white deal. And then, I don't know if you can tell this stuff yet or not. So let me get this scooted back out of my way. All right, now I'm going to try to pencil in where I want the angel. And I'm using a, actually, you know what? First I'm going to use just a regular old little, will this work? Little mechanical pencil. I want a real thin line because I can't draw. So this is probably going to take some effort to get this drawn in here anywhere near like what I want. So I don't want to go higher than her head about here. And that's her head, a round circular head. And let's see, how did I shape this one? I really can't draw. It's pitiful. Pitiful. All right. And I just want to kind of do her body. Kind of, oh, it's going to be too big. Flow down and in. And I want her dress to come down and hang off the edge of the rock a little bit, like that. And then this. Give her a little bit of shape. And get her dress over here, maybe. And then, oh, hang on, didn't turn on links. Yeah, that's all abstract stuff though, Jen. That's the difference. I mean, I can make some kind of weird tribal mark that I invent. And it looks like I can draw, but that if I had to sit down and draw an apple or a face, God forbid. Oh, not so much. Not so much. So this is about as detailed a drawing as I'm going to get. But I do want to try to practice and get a little bit better. So I want to give her... a couple of wings. This way. They're kind of lop-eared, but that's what I'm going to go with. And now I'm going to go over it with the Stabilo just a little, just lightly. Because this is going to blend more and give me kind of like some automatic shading. And I'm going to try to make my line a little bit more where I wanted it there. Maybe, maybe not. You get the gist. She'll look angelic by the time we get done. Right? That's what she's gonna look like. I just turned them on. The links are on. Yep, they're on. They still not working? All right. This is all still pretty wet. So, I think what I'll do is, do I want to start the background or my angel? I think I'm going to go over this with a little bit of a wet brush and kind of blend this out a little bit. These Stabilo all pencils are pretty cool. And this is going to blend out even more when I get some paint in here. And provide a little bit of shading. See, I can't talk when I do that because I gotta really concentrate. Okay. I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna block her dress in because that's kind of away from all the wetness, and I can get some of that done. And I think I'm gonna go with a combination of Diane Reevely and maybe this. That's maybe too purple looking. Maybe this. And I have, oh, you just gotta find it. Here we go. Little fluorescent pink goldens. And where's the knife? Oh, need to stir this up a little bit. These seem to separate these fluorescent goldens in the jar. Just a little bit. Tell you, wearing your shirt for your Inky Binky is very convenient. But you gotta be sure you got on one of these shirts when you start, because I've done that. That's how most of my shirts have started out, beginning an art shirt. Hey, Rain. I forget I'd have a clean shirt on and just wipe my knife off on it or something. Like, daggone it. But, what are you going to do? Get a little more fluorescent out here. And let's put a little squidge, oops, a little squidge of this out. This is a PBO fluorescent, not the Dynacolors like we usually use in PBO, just a straight flat fluorescent. That's pretty too. I'll put a little D now, or Diane rather. So, Diane Reevely, the Dilutions paint. The lumpy pink. I don't know if I'll use any of that or not. Oops, that's kind of a lot of paint to put out there on the edge of my canvas. And white, some white. I'm hoping this goes okay. I feel like one of those days when I don't feel like I got any art mojo. But, hey, Carrion. But oh, Kathy got her stencils. Yay. Hey, Kate. So it's just one of those days where I don't feel great and I was tired and, I don't feel like I got much art mojo, but I planned this and this was the only day I could do it. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Let's find a little bitty brush. This one's big enough. And let's just put, I'm just going to start slapping some color down and we'll figure the rest out later. Just grab 2 colors on my brush. And I just want to block in the color for now. I'll come back later with texture and shading and that kind of good stuff. I just want to kind of get my territory marked for the dress. And I'm just dipping in a couple colors. Right, I don't care where they go right now. I just want to get some pink coverage on there. I gessoed this canvas before I started too. Tried to save that drying time. Has anybody heard from Paula today? Oh, yay, Rain got her stencils too. Denise got hers. Yay, thanks everybody. I really appreciate the support. I heard she had a family issue yesterday. That's why she could, or Saturday night, I guess. That's why she could, no, Wednesday, sorry. What's today? Thursday. Oh, Lord, I'm all screwed up. And that's why she couldn't stream. So I hope everything's okay. Paula, you're there. Is everything okay? I hope. I assume it's semi-okay if you're able to be on. Hey, Cheryl. Oh, your grandmother's still in the hospital. Oh, bless her heart. I hope it's nothing serious. All right, just laying down a base coat. Man, that's bright. Get my sunglasses. Hey, Bridgeton. I'm gonna turn this around so I don't have my elbows in that black lava. Oh, I wanted some Titan Buff. Put a little Titan Buff in there for her little face. Yeah, it's reactivating that pencil and giving me a nice blend around the edges instead of those. I'll show you in a second. See how the head is, the lines blended a little bit more than the wings are? They will blend, they'll reactivate. The black texture is called Black Lava. It's by Liquitex, and they're black particles suspended in a clear gel. This is a canvas. This is a, ooh, crap, right into my glass bead gel. That's not even near dry. Oh, a little texture. There you go. I have glass bead gel up in this corner. I have Black Lava down the bottom to kind of simulate like a rocky coastline. And I'm going to do a stormy sky. And this is just molding paste that I made some little tribal marks in with a little rubber tip tool. Oh no, I missed something else going on. Let me try to scroll back. Ah, that's tough stuff. I'm gonna do stuff like that. Oh, for sure, Paula. Yeah, did you guys see that? Just keep that kind of on the down low on Facebook because of not all family being notified yet. All right, and then I'm gonna do, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little pearl medium in her wings and make them pearl, at least for the first coat. Tilt this up a little bit so I'll try to keep my elbow out of the glass beads. These will see more and more coats before this is dry, or done, I should say. This is the Iridescent Pearl. By Goldens. I think if an angel had wings, she might have pearl wings. Alright. See how that pencil kind of shades that? And then the reflection of the pearl in there. And this is going to get messed up when I go and put in the background. But the layers, you know, you kind of put in a layer, they're going to overlap and touch, and you got to go back and patch, and at least that's what happens to me. Alright, kind of base coated her wings in there. Just when you go to Blick, Sandra, you mean in the store or on the website? On the website, if you go there and just put in tissue or art tissue in their search engine, it'll come right up. It's the Blick art tissue, and then you just look down for the white or black. And if somebody told me they walked into a Blick store and couldn't find it, but it's definitely there on the website. Just put in art tissue or just plain tissue up in the Blick search box. Oh, thanks, Rain. Thanks for putting the link up. I ordered some white and some black. Now, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? This is still really wet. All right, let's try. I'm going to use this graphite gray, and you know what, I think I'll use a little Payne's gray too. There it is. And I got this anthraquinone blue. That's a real dark blue. I might blend a little tiny bit of that in the sky too. I'm not sure. But this is going to be tricky because this is not wet yet. I mean, not dry yet. You know what? I'm going to hit this flash stuff with the heat gun again for a little bit. Yeah, wasn't that cool in the black, Zonder? That was on regular tissue paper. I got it at Michael's or something in a variety pack of black and white patterns. And I really like the way those surfboards on there, if you watch that stream, that paper, when I turned it over, had almost a smooth, rubbery feel to it when it got wet with the paint. And it almost looked navy blue instead of black. And when I printed on it with the silver copper blend to get that rose gradient, the silver end ended up getting a little tint of teal in it, which really looked cool. I'm looking through the drawers now to see if I can find a piece of that. Let's see if it looks like that on here. It doesn't look so much like it on here. It might have been something to do with the matte, putting the matte medium on it. You know. Yeah. But these silver ends, when I put the matte medium on there, they had a turquoise glow on the canvas. Let me see if I can find a piece of one of the cards. There, that top end of that card. See that turquoisey kind of look to it? That's one of those right there. But you can see the bottom on this one. The top part, we're up at the very top, has a little bit of a cast of that to it. It was really interesting. the beauty of working with cheap paper. Like here's one. See that edge of the surfboard in this upper right corner? That's really teal. But it looks like a metallic teal. So it was really cool how that came out. I really love the way that came. It's not my usual palette, and that's why I wanted to do it. Every once in a while I kind of challenge myself to use either colors I'm not wild about, hey Jean, or something that I just don't use. It was, oh, I don't have the wrapper anymore. It was a package of this multi black and white little pack of cheap tissue. And it even has a rubbery, plasticky kind of feel to it. But I took one of the solid blacks that was in this pack, and that's what I printed on. This is drying around the edges. See if I'm making a little headway here. Some of these projects just take a lot of drying time, and there's no way around it. Sure. I probably should have done this whole background and then laid this stuff on top of it at the end, but I still wanted color in this, so I was torn how to do it. Well, we never really do anything right the first time, though, do we? Yeah, I really like them, Kathy. I mean, you can't go wrong with metallics and black and white, I guess. You know what? Cracked minis. I don't remember where I got that. It was most likely at Michael's. But it was a pack of mixed tissue. And it had all those folded together. So in the package, you could see the black and then the spirals and the polka dots and a little sliver of each one. I'm pretty sure it was Michael's. But I threw the packaging out. I have no idea what it was called. It was nothing special, I can tell you that. Turn this heat back a little bit. I don't want to boil this stuff. I just want it to pull the moisture out of it. It's getting chilly here tonight. This weekend, I said overnight it'll go down into the 30s this weekend. That'll be the coldest it's been yet. Alright, that I can at least touch now. Alright, let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? You know, whatever that is probably going to happen. You guys talking about someplace closing? Who's closing? That's not good. We don't like to see any of those friends close. This graphite gray is really interesting paint. It really looks like the graphite in a pencil. You know how it has that sheen? It's not really metallic. I don't think you guys will be able to see that. But it's got a certain sheen to the lead of a pencil. And that's what this paint has. And it even acts differently. Oh, absolutely everything. Oh, that's a shame. I'm so thankful Queen's Ink has still managed to stay open. But it's not easy for those guys. That's why I try to support them whenever I can. Alright, so I'm going to... it's actually pretty dry. I don't know if you guys can see the glass beads in there or not. Try to get this around where I can manhandle it. I wish I knew why this camera software pixelated the way it does. Ah, frustrating. Alright, I'm going to start over on this side because I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I have an idea, but I don't know for sure. Alright, well, I'll say we just dive in. Whatever happens, happens. I got a little graphite gray, some gesso, and I'm going to put a little bit of, oops, not that Payne's gray. That was all like the oil or whatever on top. Not good. So many people do stuff online now that, you know, it's hard to keep a storefront up. Hey, CB-Lisha. Alright, so now what I'm thinking is stormy skies, and then I want to bring a little glow around the angel, like a halo-ish kind of glow around her. So I'm going to start, I'm just going to finger paint. I'm taking some gesso, and I'm just going to start smearing it around, just gesso right now, around the angel's head. And since my fingers are not tiny, I'm going to get stuff schmutzed on the wings, and I'll just go back and fix that again. But it has to be done. You got to start somewhere. So I'm going to get this wet over here. And I want to wet the canvas with gesso because when I bring the other colors in, I want them to move. And this will have the canvas wet and let them slide around more. Let me just wet the whole thing over here. Right up to this area. I've got a good amount of gesso in there. I love to finger paint. Alright, now I'm going to put some over the glass bead gel. Ooh, I don't know if this is going to work great because I can see how this is sucking that up right away with the texture in there. But I don't care. As long as the gel's wet, I mean dry, the gesso can dry when it wants to. I'm just using that as a way to move around the dark colors that I'm about to throw in there. Alright, so I just want to get some of this wet. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to dip one finger in a little bit of the Payne's gray and one in this gray and start the darker sides down and just start blending out a little bit of a night sky-ish looking thing. That's a lot of gesso. That's turning really kind of... Here, see the difference in how there's less gesso here, how much darker that's staying? Alright, I'm not watching the chat now because I got a limited amount of time with this gesso to work these darker colors in up here. When it becomes dry, it starts to crumble up a little bit and not work the way that I want it to. And get a little bit of a fade in there. Get that a little wet again. There's some of that up in there and then up in there. It's actually a lot of gesso in there. I might end up going back over the paint with some more of this glass bead gel. I think that must have been what I did last time. I might have done it backwards when I was concentrating on trying not to make the drying time so bad while I was filming and doing that part first. I may have just made the whole thing worse. Oh, imagine that. That's never happened. Never ever. Does that look stormy? Oops. Pups here, somebody. Dave had to run out. I don't think he's back yet, though, from where he had to go. Oops, it's more gray. Put all that over there a while. Oops. Zandra needs your gloves in a bottle. Ew, look, Zandra. Hey, Trina. Dave took Mojo in for just his checkup and heartworm check and stuff today, and he's been acting really hyper since then. I don't know what the deal is. He's usually the calm one. Maybe he had flashbacks from when he was in for a surgery, although he was in a different place. Alright, I gotta see what I'm doing here. I'm not sure I'm liking the movement in that. Let's see. gotta wipe my fingers off a little bit. Getting too thickly coated on there. Gonna need more gesso. Oh, a double ACL. Ugh. At the same time, that would have been bad. If that was a big dog, they would have had one heck of a time with that. So we had about halfway carry Mojo out with a sling under his belly for months, up and down 2 flights of stairs, sticking him outside every time. Not good. Now I'm just getting this part wet with gesso down here so I can get some movement in this the way I want it when I get there. Alright. I want this to get more gray than blue. Get rid of some of that blue pigment eventually. It's really weird, that gray, graphite gray, has a completely different consistency. Now I know it's in the jar, so it's a different consistency than the fluids. But it's even a different consistency from my other golden paints that are in a jar. It blends differently. It's really an odd, different paint. I like it, but it is not what I expected it to be. Did one or the other get worse? They did both. Oh, year-old, poor baby. They told us that it's a high likelihood that if you have a dog that tears one ACL, that there's like a 40% chance likelihood they'll tear the other one. Oh no, please don't. Don't want to have to do that again anytime soon. That was no fun. For us or Mojo. Bridget and I have 2 yellow labs, and Mojo, my male, is the one who tore his ACL. He's about 110 pounds. Not good to have to carry. You know what? I'm going to put a little black in this. Try to dull down some of that blue. Let's see how that works. Whoa, hello. Ah. so I can get the right angle on what I want to, the sweeping motions that I want to put in here. All right. You were napping again, Jean? I see where you said you were nappy of one of the, if you're one of the 7 dwarfs of what, of aging, or what did it say on Facebook? You said you were nappy. This is coming out mixed like a gray because all the stuff on my fingers, but it's going to go to a gray anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So quiet. I can't believe I'm this quiet. Sorry guys, I'm leaving you to hear you defend her for yourselves. So when I get this mostly on here, I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to do over there to the molding paste to bring that out a little bit more. Alright, got a little hole over here, didn't see that. Alright, now I want to bring a little bit of this color up to the edges over here and blend this in a little bit. But I think to do that, oh my gosh, you should see under my nails. I forgot to put my it's not the glove stuff, it's this other stuff that I use now that I have a manicure to shove it under my fingernails so it's easier to clean. But I get them touched up tomorrow, so they'll just have some extra work to do. Oh, bless their hearts. Alright, I think I'm going to take a brush. What brush? This little round one, maybe? I don't want a big brush. And I want to kind of, I want it wet. I'm going to grab a little bit of this gray. And a little bit of gesso. So I want it kind of light. And I don't want a lot of it. I just want to try to see if I can go in here. I'm not, I'm definitely a mixed media kind of girl. I'm telling you this, when it gets to like painting with shadows and highlights and understanding all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think I have a fairly good grip on understanding like color theory, and I know what's going to make mud. I know how you're supposed to highlight. I don't know that I have that hand to pull it off. But that's how you learn. You just kind of play. Oh, you were watching Think Pink on, yeah, that hashtag ThinkPinkArt. You're going to see a whole lot of stuff coming up there with new artists and new, you know, that you've not seen before. So just put that hashtag ThinkPinkArt in your search on YouTube, and you're going to get flooded and overjoyed. And that's not... There's no time limit to a hashtag. Once it's there for good. This is a little bit too dark. Somebody who's really does art and paintings could probably be having a stroke watching what I do, but that's not going to stop me from doing it. I just hope it's not too bad of a stroke. Bless their hearts. Alright, a little bit more. Work my way around her. Oops. So I mentioned Jody Old. This is kind of Jody Old's angel form here. I've taken her a lot of classes with her, and this is one of the ones that we did. Trying to kind of make it my own kind of thing with my mediums and lack of drawing skills. I developed my own style. And I don't want this to look precise. I want this to be a sloppy, stormy sky. And before I'm done, I'm going to write on her dress, keep calm and weather the storm. So I have a theme in my head. And basically, if you are unfortunate enough to be diagnosed with breast or any other cancer or serious illness, that's probably, having gone through it myself, the best advice. Just stay calm, do what you got to do, weather the storm, and get to the other side. It doesn't do anybody any good to let it make you go crazy and all the why me's and, you know, losing it and all that stuff doesn't do anybody any good, including the patient. When I've heard people say, oh, why me? Why me? My answer is, why not you? You're not that special, sunshine. This shit can happen to anybody. And that's just the sorry truth of it. After seeing my sister-in-law, Janine, and what happened to her, being one of the healthiest, most fit persons I've ever seen in my whole life, it's just the luck of the draw. Not to scare anybody. That's not why I'm saying this. It's reality. It's just reality. Right? I mean, that's what it is. You got two choices. I've said this to some of my friends before that have gotten diagnosed or asked me to talk to people that have gotten diagnosed. And I said, you've got two choices. You either lay down or you stand up. And pretty much that's it. That's what you do. And there are a lot of those people that are just going to, you know, oh my God, the C word, and just lose it and just be consumed. I am not one of those. And everybody handles stuff different. I don't mean to poo-poo anybody that's had different experiences. But all in all, that's pretty much my 2 cents on the matter, having been there and having seen more than I need to see. Nope, it doesn't discriminate. It sure doesn't. Yep, good for you, Goof. Chose to stand up. I think that's the only choice, but that's just me. And what the hell do I know? We've been over that many times. Alright, I'm going to let some of that stuff sit up for a while. I'm going to come over here. What am I going to do with you? I have an idea. Ouch. I was going to use one of these inks. 93 degrees. Oh my gosh, in Phoenix. Ah. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Andrea. I didn't see you sneak in there, dear. Let's see. Trying to pick a pink ink. Pink ink. Think pink ink. So the hashtag is ThinkPinkArt, if I didn't say that. It's underneath my canvas, right? ThinkPinkArt. That's what we want to do. All right, I guess I'm going to deal with this fluorescent pink. All right, now I think what I'm going to do is try to use, I'm just going to put this on my palette. Hopefully it won't run too far. And try to use a little brush. And I'm going to just paint this in. This is molding paste that I just carved little designs in. No particular rhyme or reason to what or why. But here goes nothing. I'm just going to paint this mostly in the shapes. I don't know how much of a staining job this is going to do. And what I'm thinking is, I'm going to let this get down in the crevices to the canvas and stain that hopefully. And then I'm going to come back with some Treasure Gold and hit the high points of this. That's what I'm thinking. Will it work? You don't know. You never know what's going to happen over here. But that's how we try. So this is kind of a sloppy job. I'm not too worried about it at this point in the game. I'm going to let this sit and I'm going to go back with another coat of this. Seems to be sucking in pretty good there. Actually, I'm wondering if I just hit the whole thing with this pink and then come back with the white fire on top of that, if it'll blend it on the high spots and leave the pink. I might just do that. Let me continue what I'm doing and get a coat in there, and then I'll come back and hit the whole thing and get a second coat in the crevices. Right? So that's what I'm wondering. Alright, yeah, here we go. Let's just do the whole thing, see what happens. Trying to follow along the line here of the spiral. Got a little bit too much in there. Hey Paula, we still need to do our call that we missed a week or so ago. You'll have to Facebook me and let me know when it's a good time. We have a wedding to go to tomorrow night, and then I'm going for a play date to one of my friends' houses in Annapolis on Saturday. And then we have a campfire thing we're going to do. Campfire cookout or something they're calling it. Saturday night. Sunday's good. All day and all night Sunday should be good. Well, not all night, but you know what I mean. Hey, Ange. So this is just the Daler Rowney acrylic ink in fluorescent pink. It's really sucking into this molding paste. So this may not have been a really good idea, but we're committed and we're gonna go with it. And I'm just really trying to hit the the bits that I wiped away that are down to the canvas. An extra special amount, because I want that to shine through to whatever I do on the top of this now. I don't know what that's going to be. Got a lot laying in that crevice of that spiral there, kind of foaming up on me. Foaming at the mouth. I should just hashtag my last 2 pink projects I did. I don't know if that's allowed or not. They already exist, but they are pink and for breast cancer. I might just do that. Thinking out loud. Well, I can't look at the chat. Well, I can, but then I'll run amok with the ink. Alright, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Put that in some water. And let's see where I am here. Oh, that's where I am. Alright, I should probably make this kind of my lighter side. Thinking about the shadows coming this way and shade on this side and make the highlights more on this side is what my little brain's thinking. So to do that, I'm just going to bring in more gesso. One per day. Okay. Well, that'll work. Alright, I'm going to lay a little bit more gesso in here. Try to make this my more highlighted side. Oop, almost put it in the wrong stuff. Well, that'll work out good. That's what I'll do then, because I'm not going to have time this weekend to do another one. I'll just, well, I don't know if I should do that or not, but I probably will. I'll stick to the one a day rule. Oh Lord, you're talking about witches. Woo! I look up from the screen for 2 seconds and we've changed the conversation to witches. Nothing wrong with that. back away from that for a minute. Alright, let's see how this is doing. Some of these thicker parts are still wet. Dry to the touch on top, but they're still gushy and still gray where it's got to dry. But you can see where some of that's drying, how black it is. Right? LWH is in the house. Hello, dear. I'm going to put some of this gesso down here. And I wonder if I grab a hair, just the teeniest. Well, is that already dry? No. The teeniest bit of black. And kind of hit this side with this. I'm not liking this project on a stream because I can't talk to you guys. I think I'm having one of those optical things happen where you stare at a color so long then you look away. I'm seeing green on the canvas. It must be the pink. It's doing that, I hope. That or I'm passing out. I'm not sure. Bye, Americ. Thanks for joining. Might be a little too much in here. All right, moving back away and seeing where I'm hosing this up and where I'm not. All right, I think I'm going to grab a little stencilage. I'll look for one of my little 6-inch ones here. Get this up out of my way. Patty, what do you have on the wings and head? It's pearlescent, iridescence on the wings, and just titanium, Titan buff rather, on the head. Paula, did you get your package yet? If you're still on. Let's see. Thinking on the fly. You know how hard that is for me to do. That's what I'm doing. Champagne. What the heck? You should see two things, Paula. One from me and one from Sherry. Carrie, I sent some. I didn't see Carrie, but I sent something to Carrie too. And Trina, you got yours. Good. You can share those with your ladies that you so kindly teach and give something to do. I think that's great. Kind of crunched up. Oh no. Bye, Linda. You're welcome in. All right, now do I want to do this now? Thinking. I'm thinking about a little symbolic raindrop falling from the sky. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. What's the worst that can happen? Here we go. They must hear their daddy back. They're going a little crazy. You should have ordered the small dangles, Kathy. Next time. It's not going anywhere. That's her daddy back. All right, let me get that off of there before that crusts over. Hang on. Oh.
Huh?
I just heard a thug.
Did
Did you get everything you needed?
What's up?
Huh?
What's up?
No, I said, did you get everything you needed?
Yeah, probably more so.
I
What happens when you go to this place?
know. Alright. I don't know if I like that or not, but it's on there now. Let that set up a while. And let's work a little bit more on the dress.
Got you some chicken.
Chicken?
Yeah.
I didn't get that from me.
I did too. What you like?
My husband can eat some chicken, let me tell you. He said he just got some chicken for me when he went to BJ's. Oh, he fibs so pretty. Alright, let's see. Now I want to get some texture in her dress. You guys see that alright? I can't put too much texture in her dress because I want to write those words on it. So maybe I'll just do a little highlighting and shading. Maybe. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm going to throw a little gesso over on this side. Real sheerly, the pink will still show through. I want it kind of sketchy. I don't want it to be exact because her dress is kind of wrinkly. Oh, listen to Babe crying when she sees her dad. See if you can get her to scream, hun.
Huh?
See if you can get her to scream. I was telling him the other night how she screams for you. She probably won't now that she knows you're here and she's down here.
Camera. She's camera shy.
Oh. Yeah, she won't. She won't do it now that she knows it's you when you're here. What you doing? Oh, that's Mel.
I got you a big tray of chicken. I got me one for me too.
Oh, great. All right, let's just do a little bit of this. So, oh, maybe this little bit of the. Is that too purple? That might be too purple. Now that white's going to dry down a little bit more and be a little bit more see-through. Now she's hollering at him. What's your problem now, you crazy old thing? Listen to her. So I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just trying to...
I'll be upstairs.
Alright, babe. Thank you. Just throwing in a little something here and there. Give it a little... something. Can you hear the noises she's making upstairs playing with him? That's a goober right there, that dog. That's Babe. I'm just using pretty much a dry brush now, just getting a little something going in there for some kind of depth. All right. I'm thinking. Lord, that's mojo. Oh, it's after 8 o'clock. They get a treat every night at 8 o'clock. So nobody's been up there with them now. They're telling Dave, give me my damn treat. I'm looking for a photo on my phone. I'm not just sitting here texting somebody while I'm streaming in case anybody's wondering. Oh, I had pictures. That's the first one. I did 2 of these. I know I have pictures of the other ones. There we go. Oh yeah. I remember now what I did, sorta. Ish. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? And I'm going to go back in and put another little coat of that pearlescent on the wings. Kind of get those shaped back up again since I drug some stuff on there. Trying to reactivate a little bit of that pencil too. Not all of it got covered by the first coat, so there's a little bit more that's going to move around there. Alright. Yeah, Kathy, they do know what time it is. They will every night start getting antsy somewhere around 7:45, and if they miss it, if they're asleep or it's quiet or whatever, and Dave and I will realize they missed it, if no matter what word we say, it seems like that's a trigger that, wait. They'll wake up from a dead sleep and jump up and stare at us and prance and like, oh, we missed it. It's time, it's time. I don't miss too much on the treats aisle, let me tell you. That. My wings are a little lopsided, aren't they? Oh well. Not every angel has to be perfect. When I make angelhood, there's going to be more than just a lopsided wing, let me tell you. Alright, put a little veil down here. Just a little. No, that's too... I think that's... How opaque is that? Let's see. No, that's pretty opaque. That will make a streak through there, I think. Let's do the lightest little hint down here. Kind of dry brushing a little bit of that in the side of her dress. Alright, let me let that sit a minute. Now we're going to come back over here and operate on this. What am I going to do with you? Alright, my idea was white fire on top of that. I'm going to use my one that's more full so I don't get this totally crammed up underneath my nail. Oh, mercy. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of this stuff on. This is the stuff I was talking about, Zondra. I don't know if you've ever seen this one. It kind of does the same thing as the gloves. It's a Winsor Newton barrier cream, but I just kind of stick it mostly under my nails. The rest I know will come off my hands, but that's hard to get when you have acrylics on there. Why I had to do the acrylics, I don't know. I was just itching though to do them again. So I did. Alright, white fire. That's treasure gold. And the color is white fire. That's the same thing I put on the hot glue when I do those inky things. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, mercy. Alright, well, here we go. Don't know till you try. Now, of course, a little bit of this is going to crumble off because it's molding paste. Do I want to continue? Kind of committed now. So, I'm trying to just hit the smooth bits with this and let the pink show through where it's recessed. This is coming out a little bit more gold on here than it normally looks. That's alright, I guess. It is what it is at this point. Yep. Trying to put this, you guys can see it. I'm just dipping my finger in it and I don't know if I'm liking this. This pot of Treasure Gold is much creamier than the other one. Now the other one, of course, is older and almost gone, so it's been opened a lot of times. So I don't know. But I don't remember it at first being this creamy. Maybe they changed the formula or something. I don't know. And this is very rough. It's not an exact science when you're using this, especially with molding paste. Actually, my finger's getting a little bit sore because this is some sharp edges on this molding paste. And I won't have a fingerprint on this finger when I get done. Go knock off the 7-Eleven while I'm at it. I guess I shouldn't say that. Somebody will have me reported. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Well, that hurt. All right, let me turn this over and see where that got me. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. All right, let's I think I might start dropping my ink in there. All right, let me see where I put that. I think it's in this drawer way over here, of course. Let me just pull the whole drawer out. Oh, it is. I've never used these. Maybe I'll use this and this. Is that one usable? Sometimes these rust up. I'll have to try it, but I have another one if I need it. Okay. Sue me or Higgins? I guess the Higgins is fine. All right. I turn this so I can get to this side. Thanks, Patricia. All right. Let me see. Now I'm going to take. I might use this. I'll have to try it. I've never used one of those before. Some waterproof India ink. I should probably put it in a little bit in here instead of trying to dip in that jar. That's pretty dry. Thanks, Ella. Got a couple more layers to go, so I want to do something about this. I'm not wild about that solid line or the grays through here, but we'll see. Let me see what this does. All right, let's see what this does. That's kind of wide. I want that skinnier one. That one right there. That's the one I want. Oh, this package looks like it's going to be a real... Oh no, maybe not. This is just a speedball set of the sketching delineator. They're nibs and little pens for dipping in ink. Little dip pens. Do I need more ink in the bowl? I don't know. There's probably more in there than you guys can tell. Oh, mercy. Here we go. Probably not the thing I should be doing, but I do a lot of things I shouldn't be doing. In case you haven't noticed. That's not going to work though. I need a pair of scissors. Probably. Good night. I'll deal with the rest of those later. And you, and you. Let's try it again. I'll put some more ink just in case. Well, then maybe I should just dip it in here instead of putting more ink in there and wasting it. Maybe I'll just put this back in here and dip it in there. Put that in the water so I don't get that messed up. And try to... That's what I want. Thank you, ladies. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm just going to go a real sketchy line, outline it. Alright. And I want it scratchy because I don't want it to try to look precise because I don't have the ability to do that. So I'm not watching the chat at the moment. Just going to give her a little bit of shape with this ink. Trying to decide if I want to try to write with this pen on her dress. Can't remember what I did last time. One I collaged on. I had it typed on something, or and I collaged it on. Dar. Yeah, for Think Pink Art. It is. I know enough about what I'm doing to be dangerous, to tell you the truth. But that's how I like to roll. I gave her a little definition. There you can see more of the black lava starting to set up. Right. And now, as I hit this with a hair dryer, I shall think. Yeah, my husband and I are both breast cancer survivors, Dar. I had a right mastectomy. He had a double mastectomy before I knew him, though. Hey, Diana. I can see the message. Thanks for joining. Happy you found us. I'm just doing a mixed media canvas for the the hashtag ThinkPinkArt campaign that's now on YouTube. I might go back and put more of this black lava on there because I got some white holes there. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Haven't decided. Alright, let's see. We put a cap on here before we have a disaster. I feel like I need to do... do something else. I put the littlest bit of gesso right in here. With my finger, lighten that up a little bit. I'm looking up here. I'm not liking that edge. I think that might need to be a little darker, to tell you the truth. But I don't want to mung this up. I just want to get it like up and through here. A little teeny weeny bit. So I'm gonna wet it with gesso a little bit, just to get it wet so the paint will move. I'm gonna come back in with the slightest teeny tiny bit of black. Not watching the chat right now, guys. Trying to pay attention to what the heck I'm doing for a change. Get that a little wetter. A little bit more black. Yep, getting away from me. Stop. I don't want to blend too much. It's tricky where some of this is really dry and others is not. Oh, that was too much. Crap. A little more black. But it'll dry kind of sketchy, like, you know, not, oops, not so even, which I kind of want. Let's see what that looks like now. I don't like that little patch right there. We can turn it this way. And I can work on this white back into this way a little bit. This is a little bit that I wasn't wild about right through there. And this is gesso, it's not white paint that I'm using. So this is going to dry and get a little bit more translucent than it looks while it's wet. Alright, stop and back away from the gesso. I'm not wild about that sharp edge there. Oh, mercy. Back we go the other way. I might have to just go over this now and try to bring it back. I don't like that stark line there. Maybe I can make it go away this way somehow. Trying to take a baby wipe and get that back off of that pearl, or this was called Champagne modeling paste by Viva Decor. And it's not that thick, so it's hard just to wipe that off, or wipe the paint off of that and not the rest of the canvas. Alright, I'm going to stop with that while I'm ahead. Alright. Alright, now how am I going to do my words? What pen do you think I should use to write on there? Any suggestions? Any suggestions for a type of pen, guys? What you think would work right on, you don't think the paint will mess that up, Jean? I thought that the tips get messed up in those kind of easy, no? I'm liking the sky a lot better now. It needed to be darker underneath of there. Fine tip Sharpie. I wonder if this would work, my dip pen. It will? All right. Pit pen, let's see. See, this pit pen is already ruined by something. It doesn't even write, and the tip's hard as a rock. I forget what I wrote on with that one. That one's going in the garbage. Yeah, I just might use the dip pen. I know that's going to work okay. I don't have any Sharpie brush tips. How's that possible? So here's a pit pen. That seems to be writing okay. Oh, this is the brush tip. I don't want it to be that big. Let me try something here. Of course, it's going to run on this paper. I might just go with this. What the hell? Now I gotta figure out where this is gonna go. I might just stack the words. Right? Here go nothing. Oh my. Hope it's bleeding a little bit. Oh, crap. Ah. Oh, my handwriting is terrible. But the sentiment is nice. Oh my gosh, that's really pitiful. Well, if the keep wouldn't have bled like that, it wouldn't have been too bad. Not a fan of how that looks. But since it's permanent Indian ink, I think I'm kind of hosed. Oh well. It is what it is. I want to put some alright. I'm gonna do some, should I use pearl? I think I'll use pearl since I got pearl in there already. Here it is. But you know what? I can't. This is kind of big. Go to my mason jar so I can fit more of them in. Oh, yeah. Well, it's so sketchy to try to write on that canvas that it skips around a lot. And then I tried to go over it and it just bled on the keep. And it's kind of crooked. Crap! I wonder if I can paint over it. It's probably going to show through though, isn't it? Patty, if you don't love it, can I show something? Just want a little subtle something back there. And I'm thinking I might sling this. Ha! That's a shocker, huh? Paint over it and write on tissue and Daddy Van. I hear the tissue. I don't know if that paint's going to let me paint over that ink or not. Let's try something here. Well, I can't use any kind of ink on the tissue because it's just going to wick through the tissue like it does on here. Let's try. Alright, well that paint is just, see what it's doing there? It's the black's coming right through. That's not good. Let's try this one. Nope, they're too sheer. And let's try gesso over it. That kind of works. But do I want to do that? It says keep calm and weather the storm. gesso would probably work. I'm going to hit that with a heat gun because that looks a little still wet. And I think I will use a Sharpie. I just hope this works for that. I think it's just gonna mess up the flow of the colors in the dress. That's my fear. But oh well. Won't be the first one I messed up, will it? Let's see, where's my little brush? Let's go for it. Yeah, the ink is dry. That's why I just hit that with the heat gun. Alright. Here we go. No guts, no glory. And it's still reactivating. Maybe. Can I just wipe it off? Oh! Hello! Hang on. Wow, so much for permanent ink. Be a clean baby wipe. It's an emergency. Well, I'll be boogered. Look at that. And I didn't have to mess up the paint. Oh, that's a good idea, Zandra, to make a heart and write the words in the heart. I like that idea. All right, now I got it wet again. Heat gun. So much for permanent ink. Whew. And I heat gunned that too. Isn't that crazy? I wonder if instead of writing on her dress, I should write in the circles. You know? I wonder if I would write, keep calm and weather the storm. I don't know. No, I don't want them to look like bubbles. I'm going to write on her dress. Now, where's that little pen I had that I said I wasn't going to use that I'm now going to use? Now my hand's going to be all shaky, nervous to not screw it up again. Alright, I might have to pull this out of the screen to get it close enough to me to do this. Her shoulders are kind of crooked now. I'm at this angle. Maybe that's why I wrote crooked. Well, that's not great, but I can live with that a lot better. Oh, that's a good idea, Patricia, to write it on acetate and then kind of audition it in different places where you want to look at it. That's a good idea. I didn't see that before I wrote it, but it was a good idea nonetheless. All right, and then I'm going to do, which paint? A little bit of this. Now I wonder if I could probably get a heart out there too. I wasn't sure if I could write, if I did the heart first, if I was able to draw in right into it with the word weather being down towards the bottom. But now I wonder if I could just go in and draw kind of a big heart there. I don't know. Let me think about that one. Well, this wasn't too smart to put this right here, was it? I moved that over there. Night, Ella. Thank you. All right. This doesn't look like it's catching that paint very well. I guess it is. Was that the, which one was the fluorescent paint? The Goldens. That's probably what I should use. That's a little bit better. Quality paint might go on a little bit better. Ah, yeah, I like my circles. It's not complete till you slap a couple circles on it. All right, now I want to get, I wonder if that's going to be too much. I just want to bring a little bit more pink in there. Do I? Here we go. We're gonna just a little mark here and there. Maybe one down over here. That didn't print very well. All right, back away from the pink cap. I'm thinking about taking a little bit of color. I don't know. Onyxite? What did I miss with Paula? What's going on there? Did I miss something good? I don't know if I want to use this. I don't think it'll show up. I was going to try to hit the highlights. That's not going to show up. This is another treasure gold called Onyxite. It's kind of a black-brown mix. It just doesn't give you anything. So, I'm going to go back to my white fire and just hit some of these high bits. Just a little bit here and there. Just want a little bit of this to try to give it a little bit more depth. It's really, the texture is really very rough on here. Kind of like, well, I was going to say it's kind of like lava, but that's what it's called, black lava. Oh, I get it. Hence the name. Oh, what are you signing a contract? Oh, what did I miss, Paula? Say it again. I won't say it out loud, whatever it is. Hey, Jess. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. I like good news. I like to hear good news. Oh, I hope I can guess. I've got two ideas. All right, back away from the treasure gold. All right, let's see if you guys can see what I did down there with that. Just a little bit to try to hit the high spots. All right, I think it needs some splots. And I'm thinking pearl splots. They're hot pink. They do look kind of red though compared to this because I blended different pinks, but that's fluorescent pink goldens. So let me see. Pink splots, pearl splots, I don't want to do black spots. I'm thinking the pink ones might pull it together. Maybe I'll do pink and pearl. Oh, I have metallic pink ink. Maybe I'll combine the two. That one's too purpley. Platinum pink. That might be kind of pretty. How about pink pearls? Ooh. Right. I think I'm going to try this. See what happens. I need a little something to mix it in there. Grab it. Alright. Is this going to be the right color pink now? Or am I going to... I think it's going to be so shiny that it doesn't really matter, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to take my little fan brush. And just do it. I don't know how much I think I'm going to splatter when I do this. That I put that much in the bowl. Get some up on the dark part. Alright, let me see where we are now. Oh, that's not bad. You guys see the pink pearls? My camera is pixelated. I literally see square pixels on the screen of it. I mean, I can tell what I'm holding up there, but I can't see the sheen the right way. Ugh. I don't know if you guys are seeing that right or not. Can you see the pink pearl inks? You know, Zonder, I don't think that works right unless it's on like a rice paper. I've tried it on a canvas before, and it almost looks bronze. It comes, it's sometimes you see the black outline, sometimes you're not. No, you won't see the pixels, Jean. It's on the camera, the broadcaster camera software. I have two windows open. And the one is real time. Whenever I move, I see what I'm doing right now. But what you're seeing, you won't see what I just did for 30 seconds or hear me for 30 seconds-ish. Right? So, I always have that camera software laying in front of the window I'm watching you guys on, because, let me show you. I show you. Right? So this little window here is my camera software. See, it's live. It's what I'm doing now. But up here is the 30-second lag and the chat watching you guys. Whoops. Right, so you'll see me wave there in a minute that I just did. Maybe. It's probably covering it. There it is. See, it's that far behind. Right? So I watched this little front window here. But lately what it's been doing is, see how pixelated that picture is? Well, you will, I guess. If you can see the screen, how pixelated that is. This one's clear. It's the camera software that gets real pixelated. And I don't know how to make it fix it. But it comes across on the web as fine. See, you guys can't really see that. I'm watching it now. I'm just now seeing my hand up, but you can't see the computer window that I'm talking about so good. Well, a little bit you can. It's kind of dark. But anyway, that's my is to you. Yeah, you guys are fine there. So, I think I'm going to stop. Stop while I'm ahead. I kind of like the pink little splots on there. Kind of combine the pearl. Gives another dimension of pink. And a little bit of shimmer. I think I'm going to stop. And call that done. I should try to pour that ink back in there. You see it, Paula? Yeah, I don't know if that can be fixed or not. I don't know. Wouldn't have an idea about how to go about doing that. Now, with this just laying here still, on my camera software, it's all blurry. But I can see it crisp on what you guys are seeing, as if I was watching it online myself. Oh, congrats, Dar. Good for you. Good for you. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call that a wrap. It's 15 minutes before my expected expiration time. Woohoo! Anyway, so it's ThinkPinkArt is this month's hashtag for the creative artist collaboration on YouTube. Find yourself a bunch of new artists and enjoy those videos, and be a friend and tap on a friend's shoulder and remind them to get a mammogram, and get one too if you haven't. I know it's not comfortable. It's 15 seconds of discomfort, and it saved my life. So I gotta harass you to do that. So yeah, I like it. I'm good with that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to sign off now, and happy hashtag ThinkPinkArt Week. Bye, guys.